So, okay, so we're getting to the call. Now, I'm assuming before this call happens, you're going to do a bare minimum of Google me ahead of time?
Oh, yes. I probably do a deeper dive than that.
What kind of, what does that mean?
I'll probably find every social media platform you're on, personal and professional. I'll look for, I'll look for things like, warning signs of something that maybe like we would not be personally compatible. But in general, I hope to see a website. That's kind of what I would hope to see. And if I see a website, I won't actually do as much digging because I'll just kind of think that the website is enough information for me. But if you have no online presence, then I might kind of dig around and find like your old LinkedIn profile or, the write-up that your local newspaper did about you, and in part it's kind of just to kind of check out like that you are who you say you are in a lot of ways. Or, I think that's really kind of why, but it also would be to know kind of what again, what are your career goals? I'm looking for career clients. I'm not looking for one book and done kind of things. I mean, I know with like nonfiction, that's something that's done. And maybe with bigger agencies, maybe that's something that's more common. I don't think so though. But in my case, I'm looking for someone who wants to be a career author. And so usually, there would be some sort of groundwork of online presence that would show that they are working towards that. I say that, and then I think like half of my clients didn't even have a website when I signed them. So, it's not a make or break kind of thing.
Right. That does beg a question of if you're looking to see I am who I say I am, how often does it happen that somebody's not who they say they are?
Well, I think this is a little bit sticky, but sometimes, especially these days, I'll get writers that won't disclose, like they'll say they're writing something from, like a young adult novel, maybe set in Chicago, and the main character is a young black man or young black boy. And then, I look up the writer and they're white. Things like that, where I'm really kind of looking for, and there's a lot of conversation and depth around this about own voices and what it means to be own voices and the policing of own voices as well. So I say this with gentleness, but usually I'm looking for someone who's writing from the point of view of who has the background of the same background that the main character does.
Okay. That's not an issue in this particular case. In this new scenario, I'm the perfect author with the perfect book. Everything's going well. You're looking at my social media, and I'm very political, but our politics align. Is that an issue? Should I back off because I'm going to be ticking off some potential readers? Or do I just go right on being me? How political is too political? What are some other things that we maybe want to pull back on a little bit for our social media when we're going to be facing evaluation from literary agents?
Well, it depends on what you're writing. I don't think I'm going to say that I'm going to say not to police any of your social media. If you're someone who's political and that's who you are and that's how you interact on social media, I don't think you should necessarily pull it back with the hopes of attracting a particular agent. I myself personally am a little bit quieter. I pulled back a lot from social media over the past year, and might not even notice that you're that way online. But if there's going to be an agent who's not going to sign you because of what you're saying online, you're not going to have a good relationship with that agent anyway, if that makes sense, because it's who you are and how you're interacting with the world. So policing yourself just to get an agent long term is probably going to have consequences that for yourself that you don't appreciate. Whereas an agent who signs you I think an agent shouldn't sign you despite your social media presence. They should sign you because of your social media presence. That's part of the factor of why they sign you. And so I think that would be my response.